So today we're going to be talking about a little bit of information about the America and Germany.
In Germany. I'm Ryan.
I'm Harry West. So a little bit of history about the United States. It was founded in 1776. It first was 13 British colonies that has grown into a global superpower. It has played major roles in both of the world wars, and since the 20th century, it has led in technology, politics, and economics.
Ah, America. They really destroyed us in World War II and World War One. So Germany. Germany was founded in 1850. They played a big part in both World Wars. Being the bad guy, of course. Uh, uh, they were the Axis powers. They also, after World War II, they divided into West and East Germany. World War II really, it did not help them in any way. They had to pay back all the debt they had, plus more. They had to sign they did no, that was World War One, right? For the Versailles Treaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the reunification in 1990, the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, and then in 1990, they East and West Germany became one. Also, Germany is the leading European power amongst all of Europe, so that's cool.
Is it still the leading power in Europe?
Yeah, it is,
Okay.
uh, which is bad because they're going downhill economically, and based off that, being the best amongst all of them, kind of it sucks for everyone else.
Okay.
So, how's America's economy?
America's economy, we are America does have the largest economy in the world at the moment, and it's mainly driven by each sector is driven uh, there are multiple main sectors that drive our economy, and there are technology, finance, healthcare, and entertainment. Silicon Valley is very big for technology, and Wall Street is very big in finance with stocks and everything. And those are global hubs for innovation and finance.
Uh, and they are. I
Mm.
wish. I wish I could be on Wall Street. Just be have that money.
Have all that money coming in.
That's the money part is where it's at.
Definitely. What about Germany?
Germany's economy is mostly focused around the automotive industry and engineering industry. But you'd be surprised. They're pretty big in chemicals and pharmaceuticals,
Okay.
which I wouldn't really expect from them, but they are. They're a leader in biotechnology, medical research, and healthcare innovation, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
And they're home to global giants like BASF, which is the largest chemical producer in the world, and Bayer, known for aspirin and other pharmaceuticals. Really? They make aspirin?
Yeah. I'm surprised Bayer is based out of Germany.
Yeah, me too. Oh, they're also good for renewable energy and sustainability. They usually go for the coal route, which is kind of dying,
Okay.
and the wind and solar route, which
So at
is,
least they're advancing and
yeah.
getting a little bit greener
Though I
technologies.
will say one of their really big weaknesses is that they're not like adapting to the digital
Okay.
part of the economy, which sucks because that's mostly what
That's where everything's
everywhere.
going. Yeah.
And then their biggest industry, as I said, was the automotive, because they have one of the world's largest car producers, home to Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes Benz, Audi, and Porsche, which are all nice cars.
Yeah. Nice expensive cars.
Nice, expensive cars.
Yeah.
And then they employ over 800,000 people and contribute significantly to exports.
Okay.
What about the culture and the ways of America?
Well, America does have quite a diverse culture. It's the American culture is very shaped by immigration and everyone that has immigrated to the United States. It's a global leader in pop culture with Hollywood films, music, sports. Like we have American football, basketball, and we are known around the world for our sports. Our big and the NFL, the NBA, the MLB. Everyone knows if you come to America, it's some kind of sport. Um,
The, the NHL got that.
yes, the NHL as well. Yep. And we are as a country we emphasize on individualism, freedom, and then there's always the saying the American dream that everyone knows of, just having prosperity in life, having the American dream.
It's nice. I want the American dream, but I will say I don't have too much focus to like and strive for the American dream. Maybe
Okay.
in like a year or so,
Yep.
once like I put away all the video games and stuff.
Once we get out of school and
Yeah,
actually have
yeah.
to start working. Yep. What about Germany? How is their culture?
It's very centered around food. I will say that.
Okay.
Food and some sports.
Okay.
Mostly beer.
Beer. Yep.
You usually hear about Oktoberfest when you think about Germany.
Definitely.
And sausages.
Yep. Okay. Yes.
Or schnitzel. That's basically what you hear. Um, they have over 1,500 breweries with famous beer styles like, and don't quote me, Pilsner, Weizenbier, and Brockenbier. And they spell beer weird with an I.
Okay.
And as you know, Oktoberfest is in Munich is the world's largest beer festival, which I can't wait to go. Uh, Germany has over 300 types of bread.
You know, they
Like
love their bread.
they do because well they are famous for pretzels. So like
Okay.
I would love a pretzel. They also have black forest cake, and I'm not saying the German name because I can't pronounce it. It's a famous dessert with cherries and cream. They're also popular when it comes to Christmas.
Okay.
Um, they make all sorts of holiday wine, food just for Christmas, and are only available during Christmas. So that's kind of nice. They also have their own special days, like St. Martin's Day on November 11th, where this is celebrated with lantern parades, which I've always thought was cool. Their main sports are soccer, and I will not say football because that's American. They're a soccer powerhouse with 4 FIFA World Cup wins, and they're also good with winter sports like snowboarding and skiing.
Yep. Okay.
What
I've
about-
definitely heard about all the winter sports that happen over there.
Yeah, they're very popular in that. I mean, I would guess because they have a lot of snow over there.
Definitely.
So how's the do's and don'ts of business?
Well, so some of the do's that you would want to do if you're meeting an American in a business meeting or anything like that, be punctual. Don't be late. If you're having a meeting and say it's at 10 o'clock, make sure you're there 15, 20 minutes early. Just get prepared and make sure you're there on time. Be direct and results oriented. So don't beat around the bush when you're talking about something, trying to explain it. Make sure you're direct and you get the point across. Networking and showing confidence are valued. So if you walk up to someone, you have your head down and you kind of not talking quietly, then you're not going to be as taken seriously. So if you walk in somewhere and you're confident, you know what you're talking about, you know how it's done, you're going to be taken a lot more seriously.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fair.
Definitely. And some of the don'ts, you want to try again avoid being late. It doesn't really show. First impressions are everything. So especially if you're meeting someone for the first time, make sure you're there on time and you get there. Uh, Overly formal. don't you don't need to dress up in a three-piece suit to have a business meeting. Maybe you do depending on the business, but if you're meeting an American talking about a sports team or something, maybe you don't need to be wearing a three-piece suit. Maybe a button-up shirt and pants would be fine. Uh, don't we don't really like discussing controversial topics like politics and religion in professional settings unless you personally know someone and it's off the record. If you're meeting someone about expanding your company, don't be talking about who you voted for in the last election or
Yeah.
if you like who's president or yeah, and then don't ask them their religion. It's just kind of respect for everyone.
Yeah. That political part really is.
Yeah, and it's very divided right now at the
Yes, it
country we are.
is.
So, what are some of the do's and don'ts for Germany?
So like you said, be punctual. Don't be late. It's very disrespectful to them, so
Hmm.
that makes sense. Be formal and professional in business meetings. Titles. Titles with last names. That's good.
Okay.
Prepare well. It's a lot better to be prepared than
To
to
not,
improvise.
yes, it's better to have it and not need it than need it
Yeah.
and not have it.
Also, follow an agenda and do not small talk. It's not to them to small talk.
Okay.
And mostly stick to agreements. They value reliability mostly. I guess if there's like some things, but mostly all the time, stick to the agreement. Don't go off road. Also, the don'ts. Don't be overly casual or informal in business setting unless invited to do so. So like I more on the thing of dress a lot formally.
Okay.
Don't interrupt someone while they're speaking, which is just common respect. Don't expect spontaneous decision making because Germans prefer analysis. And then avoid excessive small talk about personal matters in a business context, which is mostly what Harry said over here.
Okay. Yeah. So there are quite a few that cross over between the two of them.
Yeah.
Very surprising.
So, what would you say the specialties for America are?
Well, so the U.S. kind of has a broad array of specialties. So we excel in technology, like I said before, in Silicon Valley. It's very technically advanced there. Education, like prestigious universities. We have Harvard, Yale, Cornell. Those are all very good schools that are based in the U.S. Space exploration. NASA. It's one of the biggest space programs I think in the world right now, and just trying to. We are very dedicated to exploring space more. Uh, Healthcare, and we have a very strong healthcare system. So it's not free like it would be in Canada. You do have to pay for it, but it is a very good healthcare system. We also have very diverse food. Like we have barbecue, and if you go to Texas somewhere, you can get barbecue. Then if you go up to Chicago, you could get some of the best pizza in the world. Or yeah, and so it just depends on where you are, and you can get some of the best food
I will
ever.
say that city New York pizza.
Yes, New York City's also very has very good
Yeah.
pizza.
Well, sometimes because sometimes it can be like
Depends on the spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in Times Square, you will not get good pizza. If you're in like the Bronx, you'll get some good pizza.
Yeah, definitely. What does Germany specialize in?
Mostly what I said, automotive, that's like one of their key specialties. They
Okay.
don't like it's engineering, manufacturing, and then automotives and the pharmaceuticals
Okay.
because those are like their four main specialties.
Okay.
They don't do anything else except they do finance and banking with Frankfurt being the main European financial hub,
Okay.
which is good. But as I said, the economy is declining. So
Yeah.
having it being in Frankfurt would not be too good.
Okay.
They're also home to the European Central Bank, which is also awesome. And they're also like they their main banks. So like it kind of sucks that they are going downhill, economically wise, and like not having skilled workers to do most of their stuff
Okay.
because it's really going to impact all of Europe as a whole.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
like there's a lot of immigration coming to the company, coming to the country, but it's on a level to which like they'll just be immigrants and not like actually skilled workers. So it's just going to be
Okay.
like unemployment is down, but like skilled workers
Is also
is also
going
down because
down.
of the increasing no, the decreasing birth rate of like
Okay.
of the country.
Okay.
And
That's horrible.
it is. And then they're they trade a lot. So like that's also part of the it's not a problem, but like most things should be like in country. I feel
Okay.
like that is American wise too. I think most things should be in
In
country.
country, and then keep the money in the country,
Yeah,
local, well, semi-local, I guess.
yeah. It's like like we take America takes oil from other companies, other countries,
Yep.
but we have so much oil in like northern, like northern west, I guess
Yeah.
northwest,
Yeah.
which I think
That we could be getting ourselves and keeping it here and not having to pay for the transportation, however much
yeah,
they want to charge a
and then
gallon.
tariffs.
Yeah.
And then another key specialty, which is the last one that I will be discussing, Germany invests a lot in research and development. About 3% of their GDP goes into research and development, which is a lot.
Okay. What are they researching? Just more pharmaceuticals and.
Yeah,
Okay.
mostly. And then like they have world-class universities like
Okay.
Max Planck Society, which is a good actually I'm pretty sure that's a research institution, but
Okay.
it's good. I guess, research and development is good.
Definitely. Always trying to get something new, innovation, always looking at the next step ahead. Definitely.
All right, that's going to be it for my country.
Yeah, I think I'm all set.
All right, thank you
Thank you.
and have a good day.